Hi there, I'm Fernando, and I'm the drummer and producer for the symphonic metal band Afterpain. The album took a long time to make. All the songs were written by 2018, but we lost our bass player and actually two bass players and our guitar player, and I took over recording bass and guitars on top of the drums, and that kind of stretched everything. And so it took all of 2 years to record everything and record all the vocals. While we were recording, we kept adding layers and layers of harmonies and also working on some orchestral arrangements on most of the songs. It's been quite the process, but we did it. The original plan was never to do symphonic metal. Actually, Mauro and Bani, when they were writing their original songs, the first song they wrote was Outcomes. And it was trying to be just some alternative metal, heavy thing, mostly inspired by bands like Stone Sour and some of the ethereal arrangements of The Gathering. But by playing the songs and playing them live and rehearsing again and again, we were just adding more keyboards, adding more string arrangements and more harmonies and stuff, and it just grew and grew and it blew up, and by the time we got to writing, it was all symphonic shit. I personally don't think it's important to have a record label deal right now. Overall, at least not in the old sense. We are all used to the old system from before the 90s, basically, where the only way to actually make an album or record any song and release it, you needed a lot of money. There was a great barrier of entry to making music in any kind, and especially if you think about doing an album like we did, like in 1985 or 1995 maybe even, it would have costed several $1,000s just in studio time, just in being able to record the drums and all the sessions that we did for vocals, and basically hiring an orchestra because synths and samplers were not as good as they are right now, and just the mix in the editing, it would have taken forever. But the fact that now we can just do it ourselves, we did the whole album ourselves. I did all the editing and mixing in my computer here. That's incredible. And the only real thing that a label can provide to you, besides just being alone, at least from how I see it, is the fact that some labels have the marketing prowess to push your things to new audiences. And I know there are people that just look for the releases that a particular label is releasing. So that would be the only thing that they can actually provide. But in the traditional sense, like, you're nothing without a label, I don't think that's the case anymore. You can reach a decent audience and it's easy to find music and people can follow it, and you can still make it. Before, you just could not make it at all without having that financial backing, but now that's no longer the case. Of course, we'd love to go and play. We love playing live. That's something that we actually been playing live since 2015, probably, something like that, before even thinking about recording anything, which I think is true for most bands here in Argentina. But well, right now, not only because of the current state of things that we can do it, is that we're lacking members. We'll need a guitar player and a bass player at least to go play live. Right now it's only 3 of us, and it's hard finding, bandmates. And this style is not as popular here as it is in Europe. So we were looking for members while finishing the album, but we decided, okay, let's finish the album with what, like, we already know what to do, and then we will look for them. And now this happened, so we'll see. We even had some guest guitar players on the album, which you can see on the credits. We had Jeff and we had Cody and Dan, and that's great, but they are all from all over the place, from Canada, from the US, from the UK, which doesn't help with playing live shows in Argentina. But we're looking forward to getting back to playing live as soon as we can. One release from this year that I really like is Seven Spires, The Emerald Seas. You should go check it out. Check out their song Succumb. It's gorgeous in the writing, and the performance is just a great song. Also check out Fellowship. If you like symphonic metal, you should check out Fellowship. They released an EP this year. Check out their song Glints. That's good stuff. So compared to other places like the US and Canada or European Union, Argentina is certainly different. We're doing all right, I guess. We're in constant state of crisis, so we can handle anything, basically. That's our main thing, I guess. We are lucky that we have the kind of jobs that you can keep during these times, so it's good enough that we can sustain our lives even in these situations. So I don't know, I think at least we'll try to focus on doing stuff for the foreign audiences or for people that care online. It's part of the reason that we sing in English and everything. Like, we know that people in Europe like metal more from abroad, and in general, touring around the world is pretty fucked. So I know of a lot of musicians that are full-time dedicated to their bands that are suffering a lot right now from the loss of income, because live shows are the main source of income for most of everyone that's a full-time musician in metal. So it's rough, and having to adapt is not easy. Some can adapt. Everyone that already had some gear or that started already doing stuff for YouTube or things like that are having an easier time. But everyone that just, if you have a band and they don't even live in the same city and the members don't live in the same city, then how do you make band content? It's hard.
Hi there, I am Marina Coletti, Afterpain singer, and I am here to talk about the Endless Cycle album. The style of the lyrics are dark and depressing. Yes, I usually write in situations that I cannot control myself. Yes, the moments of crisis, let's say, and the hopeful message, yes, is reflected in the instrumental part. Yes, the boys usually incorporate that part, and I think that it's for the reason that we are a great team. As for the lyrics, they are quite complex, at least for me. Yes, there are many heartbreak stories, as in Lights Out, for example, many unhealthy relationships from which I learned a lot, and I was able to take advantage of them. Others mostly deal with the injustices of life. There are a lot of not wanting to be corrupted by the ideals of others, and let's say that it is an internal struggle not to succumb to the majority. Those lyrics create the concept of the album. Everything has a correlation. Yes, we have this protagonist who goes through an internal struggle for not wanting to become what he or she feared so much. It goes through denial, anger, and enters this world to destroy it, but from the inside. And the idea is that, yes, to emphasize our internal struggle from anger, denial to mask acceptance. We accept to be within the system, but under our own rules. Regarding the art of the album, we wanted to do something simple, but at the same time symbolic. As I mentioned before, the lyrics speak of a transition cycle, and this is reflected in the cover of the album. The intention was to show how we are influenced by other people so much to the point of changing or dying, and in the attempt. The name of the album and the cover occurred naturally, yes, it flowed, and I think it was because we already had the album and it was easy because everything was there. The name of the album came to my mind instantly, and it was weird, but we all agreed it, and I think that it had to be like that, yes, I guess. I listen to many different things, and I also appreciate many different things, and there are only few genres that I have no feelings for. Reggae or cumbia here. During any period of my life, I experience and feel certain things that then I put into my music, and that's what it is. Yes, there are many bands that inspired me throughout my life, but if I have to choose one, this would be The Gathering, of course. My voice takes a lot of influence from Annette. A sweet voice, but at the same time powerful. And I grew up listening to Nightwish, Megadeth, Tool, Epica, Stone Sour, Queen, yes. Powerful, gothic, progressive, and thrash bands. And then I found a refuge and a lot of inspiration there. Plans for the future. Okay, I personally hope to get out of this quarantine and play, and to be able to play live. Actually, I really want to play and have the physical album in my hands. I would also love to continue recording more songs with boys, because recording moments are very nice for me. I have a great time, and I want to continue working with them. Okay, thank you so much for the interview and the support. I really appreciate that. We really appreciate that. And please listen to Afterpain music.